The executive wasteland is surging right now, and it's studies like this by LinkedIn that are proving that it's going to get worse if you don't know how to fight against it. So please hear me out as I explain this to you. It will take me more than 30 seconds. Bookmark it and come back if you can't stay. Because if you're an executive level professional right now and you work remotely and you want to stay working remotely, you need to pay attention. This is huge because you could end up in the executive wasteland. And when I say executive wasteland, I'm talking about being out of work 6 months, 12 months, 18 months because you can't find an executive job to replace the one you had. So LinkedIn's new study comes out annually, does say that the time of remote work is over. That year over year we have declined. There's far more in-person jobs right now and hybrid jobs than there are fully remote jobs, and that this will continue, especially for you executives. They want you back in the office, they want you present. However, here's what's happened in this time frame. A lot of you executives have said, heck no, I want to stay fully remote. I like the life I've created. So fine, you can keep your job if you're going to make me go back to the office. I'm just going to go find a new remote job because I'm really good. Right? Like I've climbed the ladder and I'm really good at what I do. Here's what nobody told you. The job search process in your lifetime is like a pyramid. When you start out in the beginning, you have no experience. It feels hard to get a job, but then you start to gain experience and you start to gain confidence and you hit the sweet spot of job search in your career lifetime, meaning it starts to feel easier and you're like, well, geez, the more experience I get, the more expertise, the better jobs I get, it's just going to continue to get easier. No, it's not. That's not how it works. Eventually, you hit a level where you start to pay something called the wisdom tax. And what that means is that there's a whole bunch of people with your executive level experience going for the teeny tiny portion of jobs in the tippy top of the pyramid. It's like trying to compete in any major league sport, super competitive. And the problem with that is that when you also add in the criteria that you now hold for a job, it's even fewer. And so what happens is you start looking for a job and you blink and you're in executive wasteland. And it's 6 months, 9 months, a year, 18 months, and you can't get back. And then when you start realizing that and going, should I take a job down? Well, now the brand messaging is even harder. It's even harder to explain why you are suddenly trying to take jobs lower than where you were before. So for me, when I'm working with executives on job search, there's a very particular strategy we use to avoid wasteland. And that strategy has to do with the way you are branding yourself on LinkedIn. Now, people have come to me and said, JT, I don't want to create content. Then don't think of it as creating content. Think of it as documenting and providing the evidence that you are the executive level talent they need. Because that, my friend, is what is required now on LinkedIn. It is not enough to have a profile that's filled out and keyword optimized. You actually have to provide the evidence, the documentation to validate your reputation. You have to authenticate yourself at the executive level. If you want total strangers, executive headhunters and hiring managers and recruiters to find you with over 1 billion people on that platform, you have got to do this. And so once you understand that and embrace it, guess what happens? They start finding you on LinkedIn and you won't stay in executive wasteland. If you've made it this far and it makes sense to you, I beg you to please consider joining me for a 7-day free trial to my program. Go to workitdaily.com, grab a 7-day free trial. My team and I just built 6 new video courses. One of them is called Make Recruiters Come to You, and it is specifically for executives who want to avoid the wasteland, who want to understand how to document and provide evidence and authenticate themselves in order to attract recruiters' attention. Try it free for 7 days. But the amount of people coming at me right now who are executives that can't get jobs, I had to build something. And this course is going to very quickly, it's video, you can listen to it like a podcast, very quickly help you understand what you need to be doing and how to implement a strategy on LinkedIn to get visible. Because I don't want you in the executive wasteland, okay? So again, you can go 7 days, you can quit if you don't like it in the 7 days, but I've just had so many people requesting this that this new course is, I just know will make a huge difference for my executives who follow me here, okay? So you can check it out over at Work It Daily. And like I said, grab the 7-day free trial. Good luck. Go get them.